Divorce is a sensitive and often misunderstood process in Kenya, and today we are here to get some legal counsel with one of our guests that you've interacted with previously. He's a good friend of ours, a good friend of the podcast, and we are happy to have him on board. We would want him to walk us through what the divorce process is all about. We'd also even want to get to understand what is the difference between separation and divorce, because I think a number of us don't know what the difference between the two is. So please help me welcome on board our guest today, Wakili Ndegwa. Good afternoon, sir. Is it afternoon or morning?
It is afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Terry.
You well?
Very fine.
Nice to see you again.
Pleasure is all mine.
You have an amazing place here.
So by God's grace.
Karibu sana. Please say hi to our viewers.
Oh dear viewers, Kiroko Ndegwa here. It's a great pleasure to have these inclusive reflections together, and hope that it's going to be informative and educative. Asante.
Thank you very much. So to our viewers, we are back. It has been a while. Life happens, things happen. We have been a little bit busy, but thank you so much for keeping it inclusive reflections. Here we inspire one life at a time, and today is not an exemption. I promise that at the end of this session today, we are going to be able to explain either to yourself or even to the people that are around you, step by step, of what divorce entails in Kenya. So without further ado, we want to get into this topic. Please, some of us don't know the difference between a separation and a divorce. Yes. Some of us hear the word divorce and we are kind of want to run away. But this is a reality, unfortunately, that we cannot turn our heads against, because it is happening day in, day out. If it's not a family member, it's a colleague. If it's not a colleague, it is a friend. Please, Wakili, help us to unravel this mystery that is called divorce and the process and the legal implications that are involved. By, first of all, what is divorce? What does the law say about divorce?
Yes, that divorce is purely the process of dissolving a marriage.
Yeah.
It is where parties who are married, a man and wife, is envisioned under Article 45 of our Constitution. Out of one reason or the other, it might be cruelty, it might be adultery, or irretrievable breakdown of marriage, irreconcilable differences, or even desertion. They may opt to end the marriage so that they may now express or rather explore their freedom to associate once more with other people. So that process of dissolving that marriage is what constitutes a divorce, the divorce process.
All right.
Yes.
So what is a separation?
Separation is when the marriage still remains, but the court allows you to live separately. This is a concept that is largely explored to avoid committing yet another fault in divorce that is used during divorce, called desertion. That you did not intentionally, it wasn't your intention to desert or to abandon someone you call spouse.
Yeah.
And this one ordinarily happens whenever there is, say, domestic violence, whenever there is some level of cruelty. Sometimes courts may even give what you call restraining orders, especially when you apply, make an application under the Protection Against Domestic Violence Act.
Okay.
Yes.
So allow me to ask a question.
Yes.
Divorce happens. Separation is when the divorce, which is the legal process, has not either started or the marriage itself is still legally binding, right? So the separation is we are still married, but we don't live together, because I've seen people that are asking me in my coaching, we separated but we have not divorced. So this brings me to my next question. What are the allowed grounds of divorce by law in Kenya?
And maybe even before we get to that, there's judicial separation is when the court legally gives orders that you both live separately. but
Okay.
still preserves the marriage. So it means that the marriage is not dissolved, and you don't want to commit the sin of desertion,
Okay.
that you didn't abandon someone, but you approached court to seek that, because of these challenges you are having, might be issues to do with cruelty mostly, or even adultery.
Yeah.
You want to live separately. Sometimes even people apply for what you call a restraining order. Don't get near me.
Yeah.
Especially if your dignity is likely to be threatened. It is, but what ordinarily happens is watu wanafanya ukora ya you leave your house and start living with someone else. Start cohabiting.
Yes.
That itself is desertion. There is a whole difference between desertion and judicial separation. Judicial separation is sanctioned by court. You still want to preserve the sanctity of marriage.
Yeah.
But you still it is risky to live within the same confines with your spouse. So you seek to have the court order that you live separately.
Yeah.
To protect both your dignities. But so that's what entails judicial separation.
Okay.
And this is mostly done to conserve, to ensure that you don't commit that offense of desertion. So mostly people end their marriages by walking out of their houses, which is itself a ground for divorce. Anyway, be that as it may, now Section 66 of the Marriage Act provides for grounds in which one may approach court seeking to end their marriage. And we have one, that the first one is that desertion. You might find people who got married on paper or through the customary marriage, but they opted to live separately. And you'll even find them, they have moved on, they are cohabiting with other people. Whereas that cohabiting with other person constitutes adultery.
Okay.
That mistake of leaving your house and living with and living separately, that is called desertion. It's a good ground for divorce, but you need to have separated with this person for 3 years. It's not that someone slept out of your house for a night and you approach court, or he has deserted. Desertion needs to extend for a period of 3 years for it to now constitute a good ground for divorce.
Okay.
Now, the other ground is that of adultery. I don't think I need to add much to it. When someone is having extramarital affairs, that's a ground. And I know what is largely misconceived about adultery. People will say, but I don't have the videos, or I don't have the messages.
I don't have evidence.
What the courts now need to show for you to prove that there was adultery is circumstantial evidence. Initially, when we began practice, we had you had to even countersue the person who you accuse of having participated in the adultery
with your spouse.
Yes. So you find the divorce is between two people, but there is another party. And then this one who has been sued will also countersue and say, even this one. So you find a case that has like 6 parties, assuming that there was more than one party. But nowadays it's no longer a requirement that you even have to disclose that a certain person was committing adultery and with this person, and you come with hard evidence. Because it is actually reasonable to expect that when people are committing acts of adultery, they'll do it within the confines of their secrecy.
I agree with you.
So that's the other ground. The fourth ground is that of cruelty. Truth be told, that domestic violence is not a strange thing. It is something that we live with. And the most important, it does not necessarily need to be physical. It can be psychological. Anything that strips a spouse of their dignity is is supposed to be, or is what is required, is what is defined as cruelty.
Yeah.
Then there is another ground that was introduced in the Marriage Act 2014, which is the irretrievable breakdown of marriage, meaning that you have irreconcilable differences.
Okay.
It might be inspired by differences in religion, beliefs, might even be, your practices.
Yeah.
It might be that you have differences that, or a composition of all the other three:
Okay.
desertion, cruelty, um, and adultery. Meaning that the marriage has irretrievably broken down. You have tried to reconcile. You have even sought for the assistance of your friends and relatives, but
Yeah.
it's no longer working.
Okay.
So those are the four largely known grounds for divorce. I believe it's not a carte blanche. For
Yeah.
instance, uh, or rather, it's not cast in stone. Let me put it differently. It's not cast in stone. It says you might equally divorce someone for other reasons, assuming someone is jailed for a lifetime or has been condemned. You may still approach court and tell them this marriage needs to be dissolved because
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to
Wait.
waste my life
Yeah.
hoping that a condemned person will come back and we continue with the family life.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, we can say those are the grounds that are recognized by the law.
Yes.
But at the same time, there can be provisions of other grounds.
Yes.
That can also be They can also be granted divorce.
Absolutely.